Hello and welcome to the channel, guys. It's Erad for an exceptional video today. Yes, a dedicated video. I had plenty of time today. Finally, we finally gathered with the Erad Club to save Stanton. This is an event that I wanted to do with the club for quite some time. By the way, feel free to join the Erad Club. We'll have the link in the description if you want to be joining or here. We always have a lot of fun together whenever we can, of course, and that's what we were able to do. And what we are doing right now, we are filling this Polaris. Today we are going to crew a Polaris. We are going to also have some Snub fighters as well. Not a full squadron, I don't think we'll have enough people, but we'll definitely have a wing of fighters, and that's gonna be awesome, in addition to the turrets that are going to be crewed. So we have at the bottom a couple of Furies here. In fact, we are going to have 7 Furies at the bottom because they fit here. At the top, we have 2 Merlins, and we are also going to have a bunch of MPUVs because I plan to keep my Polaris for quite some time, not just the first mission of saving Stanton, but also the other missions which are going to require some more utilitarian ships, I believe at least. Now, what I didn't know, and this is something that the boys told me a little bit later, is that there were actually 6 missions that we had to do. I thought we only had to save those cargo holders only one time, and then when we, you're going to see that we finished a couple of times, and after we finished it for the first time, I was like, alright, let's do the next mission, and they were like, no, we have to do it for the 6th time, and I was like absolutely clueless here. So, yeah, I guess next time I'll be a little bit more prepared. But that being said, yeah, I was glad that they had a couple of spares right there in the cargo hold. So we're leaving Lorville because that's where I had everything ready. The boys came to the hangar as well, and now we're gonna go in space. So a big shout out to everybody who's been joining. There was definitely Shadow Rise. There was also Let's Go Easy. We had as well Hamitron, we had Wrecking in his own ship, we had of course good old Deplorable Infidel who was there too. I think I forgot a couple of people. If I did, I am so sorry. So the ship now is arriving, and we are going to do something really cool. You can see that now the hangar doors are opening, and you're gonna see a couple of fighters here. Already we are being attacked. So our turrets are shooting, and there we go. We've got the first of the 2 Merlins that are going down there. The second one will be coming out right here. Let's go. The boys already had some of the fighters in range. So my plan is to use the hull of the ship here as a shield. So I'm going to be protecting. I cannot protect everything. I wanted to have another ship with us, but because this was a little bit, I was not really planning to do it today. I wanted to do it next week, but we did it today anyway. So you can see that's where I'm going to be positioning myself. I will be protecting at least one side. The other side of the caterpillar that we're supposed to help is exposed, unfortunately. But it's better to have one side covered than no side at all. Oh, I forgot Drew Boogie, of course. Drew Boogie was here with us today.
Keep the fighters off me so I can work.
So we've got the boys right there in the turrets, and I'm gonna get, because I'm in the pilot seat, and since I'm sitting duck here, I'm just sitting here waiting for the ship to be protected, right? There's not really much else to do. We're using the Polaris as a weapon platform basically at this point, so I'm quite useless in the pilot seat. So I've decided to join the fray. I will be using Furies. We have a couple of Furies in the secondary hangar or the cargo bay, so I will be using a Fury and joining the boys in the dogfight. You can see here that the turrets are pretty useful. You would say, Erad, why are you not using the big gun? Well, the big gun is a huge ballistic gun, and it's more useful for large targets, which we don't have. We only have little fighters here, so I thought that it was not really appropriate to use the big gun, which also is using ballistics, right? So it would be quite a waste. So here we go. Instead, I thought it would be more useful to go into a little fighter here. Let's take a little Fury. Don't forget that you have to raise the landing gear and then press Alt K to deploy the wings. Wow, the G's that the pilot is taking are absolutely insane here. And the other thing that is quite insane as well. Wow, I already have a target destroyed. Good job, guys. The other thing that's insane is the firepower of the Fury. Got some quad size 2 cannons here, and just the firing rate on this thing is insane. Look at how quickly they shoot. This is some really great shot here. I just love seeing here that we got the Polaris, who was very busy, and we are also very busy here shooting down those fighters. With the boys Drew Boogie and Shadow Rise in the fighters. And I am right here in the Fury as well. Now, Shadow Rise and Drew Boogie were complaining that the Merlin would... There we go, target destroyed. The Merlin was not so good, in the sense that they did not have that much firepower and the ballistics deplete quite quickly. So maybe it was not a good idea to bring the Merlins. And for the next 3 missions that we're going to have to do, probably tomorrow, I will probably ditch them and just keep the fighters, the Furies. Furies which are extremely effective, as you can see. Those fighters, they're just popping one by one. Now there's a little bit of desync. People are gonna say, oh, it's teleporting a little bit. Yes, it's true. Remember that this is 3.24.3. So we don't have server meshing. It's only one dedicated server for everything that's happening in the Stanton system. I'm also in an Asian server, so what you're seeing here through my eyes is not so bad, but keep in mind that probably it was much worse for all the boys who were right there in America. There you can see the Caterpillar is leaving. The mission has been a success. Time to go back into the hangars. Now the Polaris had a bug. Actually, nobody was firing the guns, but it sounded like someone was firing the guns. Luckily, the bug did not last forever, so that was good. Looks like that ramp also took a little bit of a beating, but that's okay. I just love the action. We saw some people traveling and moving around in the cargo bay. That was cool. Anyway, we are in here for mission number 2. There you go. We're launching the fighters. This time we are using Furies. And we've got Red King in a Constellation, who did set his respawn point in our ship in case he died, but he's going to be a tank in the Constellation while we are going to be launching some small fighters. And same strategy, we are going to be helping out these big cargo haulers by positioning ourselves right next to it. There we go. As I said, if I stay in the pilot seat, I'll be quite useless, so I'm taking another Fury. And just like that. I like the array of enemies also that we have to face in this mission. It's not just one type of enemy, but many types of enemies. We've got an Eclipse. Sometimes we got alien ships. Earlier you saw a Glaive. There was a Prowler at some point that we had to face. Shadow Rise told me that before I took off there was even a Razor. I mean, who would take a Razor into a fight? That's very interesting. It was definitely not easy right now. That is indeed, as you can see, a priority target, because this is an Eclipse. Eclipse, as you know, have torpedoes, so they are dangerous ships, and they are also quite durable. Now the shields, of course, have been taken down, as you can see in the heads-up display. The hull is getting redder and redder thanks to the sheer firepower of this ship, and very soon it's going to be completely destroyed. Now, where I think our strategy is working is that we are bringing a lot of targets here to the fray, right? It's not just 1 or 2 fighters. We've got the Polaris, which of course is a massive target. We've got the Constellation, which is acting as a gunship, which is extremely effective. You saw Red King flying in front of us a little bit earlier, right? And we've got 3 Furies now flying around. Is our next target here. This is the Prowler. This one was also quite difficult When you think the Prowler at some point used to be the best fighting ship in the verse when it was released, when you think of how nerfed it was, yeah, it's a little sad. Yeah, you saw a couple of Furies here. We're all fighting together. This is so cool. That was like one of my most... I really had the chill here, goosebumps as I was flying here with the boys. 3 Furies here working together to take down this bigger target. That is what I'm talking about. We had the Polaris firing at the same time at this Prowler. This was absolutely epic, and I gotta say that this was perhaps one of the best moments that I've had in Star Citizen. I think the boys at the Red Club also agree here that this was absolutely awesome. Of course, we're doing Stanton. We're saving Stanton because we want to have those rewards. We still have a couple of days. We're gonna be hoping that 4.0 doesn't come out until we finish everything. We don't have really a lot of time. That's why we're gonna be trying to save Stanton pretty much every day. So tomorrow, same time, we are going to be doing it. So when is the time? It is 8:30 a.m. GMT plus 8, which is late afternoon, early evening in America. Alright, the second mission has been completed. We are going to be going once again back into the hangar. Just like that. This is Let's Go Easy, who was EVAing. And now we've got Drew Boogie and Shadow Rise going back into the hangar in their own Furies as well. Yes, it's a little slow, I know, but it's a tight space right here, so we gotta be more careful. For the next 3 missions, as I said, I'm gonna be ditching the Merlins, so we won't need them, and I'll put some Furies at the top. So these are gonna be the spares. We're gonna keep the spares in the garage, so if we have some losses, then we'll just be using those and put them back in the hangar. Because yeah, it's not really practical. I just put them back again. Don't forget to put back. There we go. Don't forget to retract the wings. And well, it's Drew Boogie, who is naked. Yes, because he died a little bit earlier. He was ejected out of the ship for no reason. And that's why he's flying naked. And that's okay. That's his choice, right? He probably... he likes it. it's quite practical. Alright, so we're in here for the 3rd mission. We're going to be targeted and attacked very soon. Shadow Rise is going to be leaving the hangar, followed by Drew Boogie, and then I'll be positioned in the ship, and I will go also myself. There you go. There's one. Don't hit the fighters inside. You can see that the boys are already using the cannons and targeting some enemy. Second ship is out. And we're going to be using the same strategy here. Position ourselves next to our client. Now the client here today is a freelancer for this 3rd mission. It's an interesting array of different vessels. It looks like it has already lost an engine. Now we have also sustained a little bit of damage. It looks like it's rather cosmetic, and we lost a couple of winglets, as you can see on the ship. People are saying, I remember people said that in the gameplay session, oh, you're right, you lost an engine. Actually, it's not my engine, it's the engine of the freelancer. Alright, and I'm going to be joining the fray once again. Using this Fury, but this time the boys were very effective. I didn't even have time to do anything. The boys' turrets destroyed a couple of ships. Drew Boogie and Shadow Rise in their Furies destroyed a couple of ships as well. You can see that they are very effective. They are just ahead, working together as a team. I'm going to be joining them as well. 3 Furies against 1 ship here that I'm trying to target right there. And they've already been eliminated, right? That did not last very long, as you can see. And the mission is already a success, it seems, isn't it? Let's not kill the bear. Let's not sell the skin of the bear before killing the bear, as one would say. Or let's not get the cart without the horses. I suppose that this is how it works in English. Looks like we've got a couple of other targets here that just spawned. That's what I was talking about here. This time, as you can see the desync here. It's a 300 series. Looks like it's working. The 300 series became a glaive. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'll be taking on the glaive. You can see some of that fire here. Quick fire, so that means that some Furies are also after the glaive. Got the boys here shooting the glaive with the turrets as well. I think that it really helped here to also have the Polaris stationary. Because one of the most difficult thing when you are on the turret is when the ship itself is moving quite a lot, or wobbling, a lot of rotating, and you're on your target and all of a sudden you're not anymore because the ship had moved. So here it's basically just a standing platform. Now the advantage is that the guys who are on the other side, they cannot shoot, but they're gonna wait eventually, right? The enemies will be on their side at some point, right? So there we have it. We have completed the first 3 missions. We failed a couple of them as well, right? So these are not on screen. But we got a little bit exhausted because this session lasted for about 3 hours, right? So a lot of preparation, of course, and a lot of fighting. This was awesome. So there will definitely be a part 2. So make sure to check this out as well. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that we have a giveaway. I'll put the link in the pinned comment. Don't forget to subscribe and comment to be in a chance of winning. We have also the Gleam contest for additional entries, the video sharing contest on Discord for additional entries, and for guaranteed entries you can become a Patreon or a YouTube member. I have been Irad. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.
Cash per hour. When I'm there to gauge my skills. Next thing I know, the NPC's got a kill. Oh, then I hit the F12 key to tell how mad I get to be. Went out there to start a thread. Next thing I know, Spectrum just wished I was dead. Oh yeah, yeah, it's so frustrating when your time is ruined. You just don't see it coming till you take a look at your pay. It turns out